Hi, I'm FullDeck.
I'm missing a few cards, and we're here today to bring you a puzzle by Riffclown.
Yes, it's called More Squares,
And I see there are more squares.
and it is a gorgeous. I mean, just visually, it's very aesthetically pleasing to me.
Indeed.
Slightly terrifying for how these are going to interact, but Riffclown puzzles are always gorgeous, and so we're really, really honored and pleased that he sent it to us to attempt to solve for BremSter's channel. So let's go through the rules.
Let's not get a whirl yet.
Yeah, exactly.
Wait for it.
Wait for it. All right, so normal Sudoku rules apply. So in every row, in every column, and in every 3x3 box, we need to place a complete set of the digits 1 through 9 without repetition.
Digits on a wide purple Renban line form a set of consecutive digits in any order. That is, in an order to be determined by the solver.
So this Renban line, which is 5, 6, 7, 8 digits long, will have to have 8 consecutive digits. So we'll talk more about logic when we get there. I see some things right there. That's exciting. Okay. Yep. Then we have green whispers lines. So digits along a green whisper line must differ by at least 5. So if this were a 3, we'd have to differ by 5. We'd have to have either an 8 or a 9 next to it.
Yep. Digits on a thin blue region sum line have the same total for each region the line enters, and different lines may have different totals.
So this cell is going to be the same as the sum of those 2 cells, which will be the same as the sum of those 3 cells, which will be the same as the sum of those 2 cells. Oh, that's going to make my brain hurt.
No.
Oh, dear. Okay, so we will restart the puzzle to restart our time, and here we go.
Let's give this a whirl.
Let's give it a whirl. Okay.
Whispers?
Well, the Renbans, let's start with the Renbans because they are all 8 cells long.
So they're missing
either 1 or 9. And this is completely contained in the box, so that means that what's left off the Renban inside this box is either a 1 or a 9, and the same thing down here in
we can't
box
do the
9.
same in the others, I think.
Yeah, because this is either 2 through 9 or 1 through 8.
But it could be...
But that doesn't mean that those cells are... Because there's 4 cells in this box that are on neither Renban.
Yeah.
So we are leaving out either 1 or 9 from each of these, but that doesn't tell us anything about placing digits, unfortunately. Okay.
Should we pencil mark the blue region sum lines where they're a single square?
Probably, because these 3 cells are at least 1, 2, 3, so there is a sum of at least 6, which means that this cell, which has to be the same as the sum of those 3, is at least 6, and it sees a 7, so that's 6, 8, or 9. And the same here, this is at least a sum of 6, and this single cell here has to be the same as the sum of those 3, so this is a 6, 7, 8, 9.
Okay.
Okay.
German whispers, maybe?
I think probably the German whispers. I mean, there may be more we can do with the Renbans or the region sums, but let's go for the low-hanging fruit. So let's talk a little bit about German whisper logic then.
Sure.
So first of all, we can never place a 5 on a German whispers line, because suppose we placed a 5 right there. Next to it, we would have to have something that is either 5 less than... at least 5 less than 5, which would be 0 or a negative number, or at least 5 more than 5, so 10 or higher. So there's no way to put a 5 on a German whisper line. And whatever we place...
so we end up with an alternation between high digits and low digits.
Yes, which is what I was about to say. So if whatever we place here is either below 5 or above 5, and if it's below 5, we can't subtract 5 from it. Because that would take us to negative numbers. So we'd have to add 5. And if we add 5 to any of the numbers 1 through 4, we get something between 6 and 9. And that flip-flops. So we can have a low digit, then a high digit, but then we have to be back to low, and then high, and then low, and then high. Or whichever one we start with, we're going to alternate. So these, whatever they are all 4 of these are either from the set 1 through 4, or from the set 6 through 9. Okay.
And 4 and 6 have very special restrictions because they can never be placed on a cell that sees 2 digits adjacent to it. So, for example, row 2, column 5 could not be a 4 or a 6 because it sees 2 cells in the same cage, which would both have to be 5 away. And if it
in
were
the same
6,
box.
they would have to be both 1s. And if it was 4, they'd have to be both 9s. So
Yes.
the 4, of course.
Yes.
is ruled out.
Yeah. So this cell can't be a 4 or a 6. Neither can any of these, because each of these see 2 digits along either the row or the column. So all of these, if they're low, have to come from 1, 2, 3. And if they're high, they have to come from 7, 8, 9. And that is a problem. If these were high, these digits would have to be from 7, 8, 9, but there's a 7 looking at it, which would mean that this would be an 8, 9 pair in these two cells, which would make that a 6. But this has to be at least 7.
We can't have, I mean, we couldn't have an 8
Yeah,
or a
we
9
can't
on
have
the
a-
written sum line in box 1 next to a 6.
Right, or here. Yeah, I guess that makes even more sense. Yes. If these were an 8, 9 pair and this were a 6, this region sum line is kaput. Cannot happen. Yeah, okay. So these can't be high. They have to be low. I'm going to mark low digits with blue. And none of them can be 4 because a 4 would require 9s on either side. So these are 1, 2, 3. And these are high. Let's mark those in yellow. And so they are from 6, 7, 8, 9. These two can't be 7 because there's a 7 in the row. Okay. So that doesn't tell us a whole lot about this cell yet. This 6, 8, or 9 here.
It could be anything between 3 and 8.
Yeah. Let's see if we can do the same thing with this whisper line, because I think we've got exactly the same setup. These are either going to be all 4 are high or all 4 are low. If they were high, we would again have, well, maybe it's not quite the same. Let's take a look at this. If these were 6, 7, 8, 9, well, this would be 7, 8, 9. All of them would be 7, 8, 9 if they were high. That may not be as much of a problem because these could be, I mean, they couldn't be, this one, these two couldn't be 9 because we would be adding something else to it. So these would be 7 or 8. This one would have to be 8 or 9, and these would be 1 or 2. I'm not sure that's a problem yet.
No.
So I was hoping we could use that same logic to do something down here, but I'm not sure we can yet. So let's see what we can keep doing up here.
Well, I have a small deduction.
Oh, good.
We can't have a 1, 9 pair in row 3 and 4, column 5. Can't have both
In
1,
row
3 and 4.
row 3 and 4, these.
Yeah, those
Okay.
can't be 1 and 9. Because one of 1 and 9 has to be off the Renban.
Oh, yeah. Okay. So if this is a 1, we can't have the 9. Yeah. Okay. And if this is a 9, we can't have the
Like
1.
I said, it was a small
But that's nice, though. Oh, this Renban has to have a 7 on it because we're only leaving out either 1 or 9, and the 7 can't go here and the 7 can't go there. So one of these 3 is a 7. Again, small deduction. Don't know if it buys us anything. Let's see. Oh, I'm going to mark.
row 3.
Hang on, I'm going to mark these as high just because that may matter down the road. I'm going to mark these as low. Sorry, let me see if I can make it so my computer doesn't beep at us every few minutes. All right, continue.
I'll
were
take
saying?
2 out of row 3, column 6.
Ah, yes, which I had just seen myself. Okay. So if this is a 1, that's a 9. If this is a 3, this is an 8-9 pair. Because 5 away from 3 is 8. We couldn't have a 6.
Yep.
Um,
But it wouldn't immediately obviously preclude a 9 in row 2, column 2.
no. Okay. Oh. Where does 7 go? In box 6. Riff gave us these 7s for a reason. I can see that.
Yeah.
So 7 can't go in these cells because of that 7. 7 can't go in these cells because of this 7. That leaves us 4 possible places. But we can't put
No,
a
we can't
7
put
on a
7
3-cell region sum line that sums to a single digit. None of those can be 7 because even if
Very
we put the
nice,
2
yeah.
smallest digits with it, we would be at 10, which breaks.
So
So
that
that
tells us
is a 7.
That tells us the hilarity of the whisper.
Yes. So those are high. These are low. This is an 8-9 because it's high and it sees 6 and 7 in the row. This is 6, 8, or 9. And this is any of them. Oh,
It gives us all the highs in the
but
column.
yes, it does give us all the highs in the column. That's wonderful. None of these can be 4. They're 1, 2, 3.
That's not a 2.
And this one's not a 2, yes. So now what? Oh, and this is high. That's high.
And again, small deductions.
Okay.
We can't have a 1 next to a 9 right where your mouse is.
Right there.
Yeah.
Same reason.
Or in column 7 in box 9.
And again, that's because we have to leave either a 1 or a 9 off of this Renban. So 7 in box 5 goes in one of those spots by Sudoku. And it can't go here because we've already got all 4 highs. So that's not a 7. Okay. Let's see. What else do we have? We can't have 8 or 9 on any of these 3 cells.
So wherever the 7 goes in box 5.
Hang on one second. Let me take that thought a minute further. 8 and 9 in box 6 cannot go on the region sum because that would make the sum too big.
Mm-hmm.
We only get 1 more high in row 6. This has to be either an 8 or a 9. We can only put one of 8 or 9 up here. We can't put either of them there. This is an 8, 9.
Okay.
Okay, now go.
Whichever one of the 2 places for 7 is, it's going to force a really high digit.
For where?
In box 5.
In box 5. Okay, yes.
Because if that's a 7 on a region sum line, it's got to be paired with a 1 or a 2 and an 8 or a 9.
Yes. Agreed. Agreed. Because we couldn't have 7 plus 3 in either case. Yeah, so one of these is either 8 or 9. Possibly both of them are, for different reasons. Now, on these, we have to have a 7 on each of these Renbans.
Yep.
And it's not the shared digit.
Oh, even better. The top right one of the 2.
This one.
Yeah. What sees 7s on that? Where can 7 go on that?
Well, I think we went to the same place. I was looking at the lower one, but yeah, this Renban has to have a 7. 7 can't be in these 2 because we've already ruled 7 out of them. The 7 sees those from this row. The 7 in the column or in the box sees those. So we have to have a 7 in one of these two for the Renban, and it can't go there. So that's a 7. That can't be a 7. And now this Renban does need a 7, and it can't be in those two cells. It can't be in those two because of the 7 in the box. So one of these two, I don't really want to mark across boxes, but one of these two is a 7, which means that that is not a 7, which it also isn't because we now have a 7 on this equals sum.
But now we know that we have an 8, 9.
Yes. So this is a 7 with either a 1 or a 2, which means that can't be a 6. This isn't either an 8 or a 9. Yes. Okay.
And that means we get...
this could be as little as 5, 5 plus 3 being 8, and as much as 8 with 8 plus 1 being 9. So this is 5, 6, 7, 8. Is that where you were going? Sorry. Okay. And 7s by Sudoku have to be in one of these two cells in box 9. Oh, but we know that one of these two is a 7.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah. So it
from before where we said we have to have a 7 on the Renban, but it can't be in any of those. So, okay. So this is not a 7, which means that this is a 7.
Okay, that is going to mean that row 6, column 6, and row 7, column 7 are...
Hold on, row 6, column 6. These are different, yes, because that can't be a 7.
Because they have to add to the 8 or the 9.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. So now, what else can we do? I'm sure we can probably do some more things with Renbans now. Let's see. Trying to figure out where the other cleverness is for this. I mean, there's tons of cleverness, but where else do we need to be looking? So much information about 7. So 7's in box 2. These see the 7 in the row. Those see the 7 in the column. That one's low. And we already have 4 highs in the middle in column 5.
Oh, nice.
So one of those two is a 7, which is not entirely surprising because we've already got them locked out of row 3. But still, nice. So one of these two is a 7, which means that can't be a 3 because a 3 cannot go next to a 7 on a whisper. And the reason, and I think maybe we should talk that through just a little bit more. The reason one of these is a 7 is in this box, 7s are in one of these 3 spots. If the 7s are in row 1, it knocks that out from being a 7 and forces a 7 to there. And otherwise, this is a 7. So just to be transparent on that reasoning. Okay. So 7 in box 8 can't be there because of the column, can't be there because of the row, but could be in any of those. So that's not, I think, worth marking at the moment. This can't be a 6. We've had a 6 sitting on. Neither of these can be a 6. We're numpties.
Yes.
If either of these were a 6, we would need 1s on both sides. Those of you who've been watching and going, take out the 6s. Well, we just took out the 6s.
Place the 6.
So that leaves only 1 spot for a 6 in column 5.
It needs 1s on either side.
It needs 1s on either side. This is no longer a 6. The 1 looks up and makes that a 2. The 1 looks across and makes that a 3, which means this can't be a 6 or a 7. It has to be an 8, 9. Which means that's a 7. Oh, glory to the pencil marks. Okay, go ahead. Oh, and this
Why is
7.
there some-
Because 7 had to be in one of these two spots.
Oh, right. Yes.
So
yes.
that's a 7, and now that the 7s are up here, it forced that 7 in. And now this comes out. That is no longer a 7. All right. So we have an 8, 9 pair. Oh, the 1 looks down. This is not a 1.
So now we can take 6 out of row 3, column 4.
Row
No, we can't. Nope, sorry.
Okay.
We can take 8 out of row 3, column 4.
Row 3, column 4.
If that were an 8, it would need a 7 to make the region sum work.
But actually, let's play with this. If this were a 6 to go with this 3, we would need another 3, which
So
we
can take
can't
6 out
have.
as well.
So
Okay.
6 this can't be a 6. If this were an 8 down here, the 1 would need a 7, which it can't be. So this is a 9.
With an 8.
That means we need an 8 to go with the 1. We need a 6 to go with the 3. I'm going to color those yellow, and then we'll see. Let's see. This 8 makes that a 9, and that an 8.
And it looks across in row 5 as well.
Row 5. Oh, yes. So that's a 9.
And that places the 9 in row 3.
Wait, hang on. The 9 in row 3.
Because we can't have 9 on...
We have a 9 in row 3.
row 4, sorry. We can't have 9 on a region sum line.
Yeah, so the 9 cannot be in box. In row 4, the 9 can't be in box 6 because of that 9, and can't be in box 5 because of that 9, and can't be on the region sum line. So yes, that's a 9. Beautiful, which makes that an 8. Now this Renban now has a 9 on it, so it cannot have a 1 on it.
Yep.
But it has everything else. So there's no, and this one has a 1, so there's no 9 on this Renban. But I don't think that's relevant anyway because
'cause
everything on this
9's
Renban sees a 9, yeah. What's left in this column? 2, 3, 4, and 5. I'm going to put them all in and then clean up. So this can't see a 2. It sees a 2 and a 4, so it can't be 2 or 4.
Oh, there's a 1 in box 5.
Okay, this 1 makes that a 2. Excellent. Which makes that not a 2. So one of these 2 is a 2. Okay, that 2 I think though doesn't do a whole lot of.
No.
But this 8 makes that a 9.
Yep.
So now our region sum is a 9. The 2, 7 still works. That's good. 1 and 8 would work.
3 and 6 would work.
2 doesn't work, so it would need to go with a 7.
And 5 doesn't work.
And
so it
5
would be
doesn't
4.
work, so it would need a 4. So yes. So this is a 6, 8 now. It is high. And that's a 1, 3. And then in here, we are going to be summing to 9. We can't be 6, 1, 2 because there's a 6 already in the box. But it could still be 2, 3, 4 or 1, 3, 5. But it does have a 3 on it. Both of those possibilities have a 3.
Yeah.
All right. So next, what do we want to do next? This is really fun, by the way. There's just like, where do we look next? It's exciting. Well, we might as well corner mark 8s. There's already 8s in columns 4 and 5. So our 8s in column 6 have to be up here. Sevens are in one of these 2 in box 8 because of the 7s already in the column and the row. Unfortunately, we're not locked into it yet, so where it goes specifically. Okay.
Where does 2 go on that Renban line that you're hovering over?
2 on this Renban does not go in those, does not go in those. Oh, and there's a 2 looking down. So, yep, on that Renban, that's a 2. Beautiful. So this is not a 2. Now,
So we can pencil mark 2's in box 9.
yes. One of those two is a 2. Oh, 8 looks left. Looks right. I can tell the directions sometimes. That 8 looks over. If this were a 6, both of those would be 1s.
Okay.
And that would be an 8, and that works. Never mind.
Mm-hmm.
I was hoping it would rule something out. If this were a 9, that would be the 1. No, that doesn't, and these would both be 3s. These are the same, whatever they are. They're either both 1s or both 3s. This Renban ring still needs a 2 and a 3. The 3 has to be, oh no, it could be there. Never mind.
So 6 in box 9 is
6
in
box
one
9.
of the 2 places we've got it listed as a center mark. Because if we had a 3 in row 7, column 7, we would need a 6 to make the 9. Otherwise, we'd have a 1, and the 1 would place the 9 in the center, and that would make that a 6.
Oh, beautiful. Yes. Okay. So yes. So 6 is in one of those 2. Excellent. And we've already got the 7 on the ring. We need a 9 on the ring. On the Renban. No, we don't, because then this could be the one. It could leave out a 9. All right, let's play up here. Let's see where else we should be playing. 3 on this Renban ring. Can't go in any of those. So it's either here or there, and I do not know how to mark that, but that's probably important. And if this is a 3, then the only place left for 7 on the Renban ring is there.
Pencil mark 6 is in box 4.
6 is in box 4. Can't be there. Can't be in those. Can't be in those. Yeah, so one of these 2 is a 6. If this were a 6, this would be a 1-2 pair, and the order would be known. 2 and 1. Because of the region sum line.
Pencil mark 6 is in box 2.
Okay, 6 can't go there, 6 can't go there. Yes, so 6 is in one of those 2. Which means 6s are in there.
So if 6 is in row 5, column 3, it needs a 1-2 to go with it.
Yes, yes.
So,
and if 6 is here, then one of these 2 is a 6. And this would be a 6-7 pair for the Renban to have both 6 and 7 on it. Okay.
So can we pencil mark the center mark the choices for the region sum lines? So if
Okay,
it's a 1,
so
2, 6.
if that, then it would be 6, 2, 1. Okay.
If it's 2, 3, 4.
Then this would be a 4. And this would be a, because it sees 2 and 3 in the column, and this would be a 2, 3. Oops. Okay.
And if it's 1, 3, 5.
1, 3, 5. This would be either 3 or 5. It sees a 1 in the row. And this would be either 1 or 5 because it sees a 3 in the column, and that would be any of 1, 3, and 5. Oh, no. This can't be a 1 because there's a 9 on this Renban ring.
Right.
So let's go back through that because I can't keep track of what we did. If it's a 6, 1, 2, it has to be the 6 there, 2 here, and 1 there.
Yep.
If it's a 2, 3, 4, the 4 has to be here because there are already 2 and 3 in the column. And then we would have a 2, 3 pair. And if it's 1, 3, 5, the 1 can't be here and can't be there because it can't be on that ring. So that would be the 1.
That would be the 3.
The 3 would be there, and this would be a 5. Okay, that was nice. That seems helpful. This one?
Yeah.
There's so many more choices here. Okay. Well, it can't be 6. There's only 2 choices. So it's either 2, 3, 4. And
1, 3, 5.
This would be the 3, 4. And then the 2 would be in one of those. Or it's 1, 3, 5. So I'm not... Oh, but this one can't be a 1 because there's already a 1 on the Renban. On the ring. We can't repeat digits on the Renban. So either this is 2, 3, 4. Or there's a 1 in here and that's a 9. And if this is a 9, that's a 1. Oh, that's interesting. If the 1 is here, that's where the 1 is. If this is not a 1, then that becomes a 9, which makes this a 6 and that a 1. So 1 is in one of these two in this box. And 1 looks across here. So guess what? There is a 1 in there. Because 1 in box 6 can't be there. Can't be there because it can't repeat on the Renban. So one of these two is a 1. That's a 9.
Talk me through that again.
Okay. Where does 1 go in box 6 is the question.
Gotcha. Okay.
So 1 can't go there.
Yep.
Can't go in here because there's a 1 on the Renban ring.
Yep.
These already have digits placed.
Yep.
So 1 is in here. Which means this is a 9. Which means this is a 6. That's an 8. That's a 1. The 6 needs 1s on either side of it.
Yep.
There is a 1 in here, so it's not 2, 3, 4. So it is 1, 3, 5. I'm clearing all of this out. So this is 1, 3, 5. This is 1, 3, 5, and that's just 3 or 5 because the 1 has to be in this column. So 2 in this row is in one of those 2 cells, which means that is a 3.
Yep.
So this can no longer be a 6 because 3 and 6 is already 9.
This is a 6.
That's a 6, which means this is a 2 because it was the only other place for a 2 in the column. 2 and 3 needs in the row, and 2 and 3 needs another 4 to make 9 for the region sum line. So now we have 2 and 4.
That's a 3, 5 pair, giving us a 1.
That's the 1, which takes the 1 out from there. Should we get rid of the high-low coloring at this point? I think it's only messing us up.
Okay, it's up to you.
I think we should get rid of it.
Okay, where does 4 go in box 5?
Oh, interesting. I was going to ask where does 4 go in column 5. So we pick up this 4 from the column and that 4 from the box. Okay.
Where does 4 go on the Renban? Can we do that?
Where does 4 go on? Well, this 4 is already placed.
No.
On the other one, it doesn't go in those, and it doesn't go there, so one of these 2 is a 4. Yeah. We also need a 2 on the Renban somewhere, and
That's
the 2 can't go there. This is a 2-4 pair. Yep. And then we're missing the 8 for the Renban ring. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This one.
Oh, we'll finish out box 5.
Finish out box 5.
That's a...
Oh, it's a 3, 5 for the box, but it sees a 3 in the row. So that's a 5, that's a 3, which makes that a 5 and that a 3. Okay. The
row
2.
4, maybe?
2-4 pair looks down. That's not a 2, so that's a 2.
Nice.
Okay, row 4. Sure, I was going to play with this Renban, but I'm happy playing with this row. 2, 4, and 8 are missing, so this is a 2, 4 because there's an 8 in the column. 2, 4 pair makes that an 8. And now we have 8s looking up. So there's an 8 in one of these two, but this 8 tells us it's not there, so this is an 8.
There's 6 looking up as well.
Is there? Oh, look at that. Yes. So this is not a 6, so that is a 6. Beautiful. Column 7 is missing. Let's see, we have 1, 2, we're missing 3. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, we're missing 9. So we're missing 3 and 9. This 9 tells us that this is the 3. That's the 9. The 9 looks over and tells us that's a 1.
Good. Okay, column 5 can be completed.
Column 5. Oh, it can indeed. The 3 looks up and gives us a 5. So
3, 6 pair.
3, 6?
Yep.
Okay.
And it's placeable by looking at row 9, column 6.
So for this column, we need still 3, 6. This 3 tells us that that one is the 6. That's a 3. That's a 6. Okay. Row 2, we need 3 and 5, and there's already a 3 in the box, so that's a 5 and that's a 3.
Row 6, maybe?
Okay.
1, 5, 8.
Okay. And this can't be a 1 on the ring because there's a 9 on the ring and there's already an 8 in the column. So that's a 5. Then we have a 1, 8 pair that's resolved by this 1 looking down. So that's an 8 and that's a 1.
And we've got 6 and 7 to place on that Renban line. And there's a 6 looking down in column 4.
Okay, yes. So 6, 7 pair, this 6 resolves. That's the 7, that's the 6. 1s are looking down. So that's a 1.
4, 5 in box 9, not placeable yet.
4, 5.
It will allow us to complete column 9.
Okay, and also while I'm just down here, this is a 3, 5 pair to complete the column or the box. And the 3 looks over and gives us the 5, which gives us the 3. And this is, okay, we've got everything but the 1 for column 9. Good.
Row 9.
Okay, row 9. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. This is an 8, 9 pair. This 8 looks down. That's a 9. That's an 8. So now let's look at 9s. This 9 looks up. That 9 looks up. This 9 looks over. That's a 9. On this ring or in this box, we are missing 2, 4, and 7. So this is a 2, 4.
And 3 needs a 7.
And that's a 7, yes. 7, and this is a 2, 4, and this 2 looks up and tells us
and
that's the 4, that's the 2. That gives it, yep, 4, 2, 4, yay. In this row we need a 2, yep. And in this row we need 5. Excellent. Okay, column 1. We're missing 3 and 5, and this 3 resolves it. 5 and 3. This 5 looks over and gives us the 4 and the 5, and now we're almost done.
That's a 4 and
that's
7.
A 4, 7. Oh shoot, we have a mistake somewhere.
Oh dear.
Oh, I misplaced the 4 and the 5. That was, or something.
Yeah, roll back to the 4, 5.
We have to roll. Where did we?
So we already had the 5 there, right?
Yeah.
Check digits. Okay. So now
at this point we're okay.
Yeah.
So what do we?
So place the 7 in column 3.
Okay, so that's the 7. Yes. So this is a 2, 4 pair for the box.
Yep.
And then this 2, 4 pair in the row means that that's a 5.
Yep. That's
so
a 2,
this
4.
is a 2, 4. This 2 looks up and tells us that that's a 4.
Yes. Check digits.
So that's a 2. So that's a 4. That's a 2. That's a 4. And that's a 2.
Yep.
I don't really want to check digits again.
Okay.
This is all. We're just going to be careful and go through. So we're 1, 2. We're missing 3 and 4 in this column. Instead of just saying it looks over, I'm going to say, okay, so that's the 4. That's the 3. The 4 looks back 5, and 4. This
It's 5.
is now a 5, and that's a 7. And somehow we got our 4s and
You
5s
had
tangled.
I think these two were tangled, so 4 and 5 in box.
Yeah, I think so too. And those, so I do this all the time. I get excited at the end of the puzzle and I mistype digits and rule out the wrong things. I'm not going slowly. So, but that was, what a fun puzzle. 57 solves in just under a month. This puzzle absolutely deserves more solves and more sight. This was gorgeous. The ruling out either a 1 or a 9, and then this whisper logic combined with the region sum logic to figure out for this one that these had to be low, and then down here, where could 7 go in box 6 to get the high-lowity of, or hilarity of this was just stunning, and really beautiful use as well of the non-repeating requirement of Renban lines to rule digits off of certain spots at key moments. Just, I mean, this was just classic.
I hope this was close to what Riffclown
I do too. God, it was just such a stunning puzzle. Thank you so much, Riffclown, for sending this one along. Sorry that in our enthusiasm we botched the placements of 4s and 5s at the end. To all my fault and my excitement and enthusiasm. Stunning puzzle. Beautiful logic. So I hope you enjoyed it. Please do give this puzzle a whirl. Go give it a solve.
Give the channel a like and subscribe.
Absolutely.
Helps spread out.
Absolutely. And let us know what we missed, because we know we always do. It's much harder to solve on camera than in the privacy of your own home.
Give it a try sometime.
Yes. And
as always, as Brem says,
good luck with your solving.